Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Anna Gibson, and today I will be talking about my time as a heroin addict, those 6 years or so. Um, all my other videos did not, that you can't even hear them. The audio was so poor that now that I have a microphone of sorts, we can carry on with that. I can start over, and so that now you can hear my story. And yeah, I hope that that I don't lag on. I'm always a little nervous at first, or yeah. Anyway, but yeah, we'll begin with um how I discovered heroin. I was in college. This was right after my grandma died, and it was right after I moved out of my sister's apartment. And sorry, guys, with a phone, it's hard for me not to look at myself as opposed to like when I'm looking over here at the camera. It's hard. But anyway, so I met some of the wrong people in college, and then we I invited them to my apartment, and I was having anxiety, and they offered me some. They were chasing the dragon. They offered me some, and I said, "Oh, absolutely, I'll try it." Yeah, yeah. I was pretty naive about that. I didn't really know what chasing the dragon was exactly. So I met these people in college, and yeah, they share their drugs with me. I um I didn't care about anything at that time. I was already kind of numb from my grandma dying. She meant a lot to me. I was living with her at the time. I was helping her with she was 89 years old and dealing with um cancer, or it was really hard to watch her go, and then to lose her on top of it. That was during my first or second semester of college. No, I think it might have been, was it the first? It may have been the first semester of um, college. And I, everything felt numb. I felt like I was underwater, and I didn't have good judgment whatsoever. I did not have good judgment, and I basically said yes to everything. And that went on for years after I did heroin. Just making impulsive decisions based on whether or not I wanted to feel good. Drugs. So after that, um, I didn't use all the time at first. It was like every other month. Um, my friend would offer me some, and it got to the point where I started asking for it. Actually, I think I asked for it a third or the fourth time, probably. And that became every week. And I thought to myself, it's not that expensive, $20 per week, because my tolerance was so low. But then that became every 4 days, that became every 3 days, and it gets to a point where your tolerance is so high that there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to buy more and more and more and more to feel that high, to feel the effects. You get to the point where, or I got to the point where, or anybody who does heroin will get to the point where they are just trying to not get sick. They can no longer feel the pleasure, really. It gets to that point. The pleasure, the honeymoon phase, all that goes away very fast. it stops being fun, and you're left sick all the time. And every ounce of your energy, every penny you find goes to heroin, which, you're just using that to feel normal at this point, to not get sick. A $20 bill on the ground, you don't see something that'll get you something to eat or something that'll help build you up. No, you see a dose. You see a dose. That's it. You see heroin. I know that my dog's gonna want in. I think he's pouting because I'm not paying attention to him right now, but uh, anyway, I'll let him in a minute. Now, during the first part of my addiction journey, during the first few years, I was going to college for fine art, and I was pushing out a lot of paintings. Granted, some of them were a little shoppy, but some of them were pretty good. And I'll just say I did work hard. My light over there just went out. I worked hard, but again, that didn't last long. The the joy I had for painting then, that I had before as well, that didn't last long. And anyone who had been on heroin for a long time would know that. It does not last long. You will get sick, and life will just be heroin, 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 heroin. That's all you're going to care about. Or anyone who starts doing heroin. Most people, at least. Hell, I don't know everybody, but I'd argue that it's not good. And in any case, the cons outweigh any pros that anybody might perceive. It was enjoyable. My social anxiety was still bad. It wasn't as bad nearly when I had the heroin though. I wonder if it was the second semester or the third. Yeah, I don't think I ever had heroin during my very first semester in college, but you know, not long after. And so that's just a phase that to me is kind of numb now. I don't want to really talk about it. It's not something I wish to glamorize in any way, shape, or form. There's nothing good about it. It's like you're giving up all the happiness, motivation, love, and, well, joy you're ever going to experience in life for that one big, sharp rise in dopamine every day for a few years. And you're reduced to an empty shell. That's the worst thing that can really happen to a person, and it's getting worse in this country. Anyway, meditation has helped. Been meditating every single day. Well, I mean, while I was during the onset of my recovery, I meditated every single day. I need to meditate more. I haven't meditated today, or yesterday, but I'm a little, kind of exhausted. And I know meditation would make me fall asleep if I were exhausted on the train. So sometimes I am careful about that. But I got ADD, and that's like a perfect place for me to meditate, right on that train. I don't about anxiety too, so I don't have to look at people. Anyway, I'm digressing, totally digressing here. Do you like my makeup? So now I've told you how I was introduced to heroin, really. I was a naive college kid. Um, you know, I I didn't care about myself or my safety for that matter, or gosh, I had no fear. I had no fear. I would get with strange people all the time without questioning it. It's not like I felt any real appeal to it. I didn't, I mean, when someone offered me the drug, I didn't think, ooh, how cool. Um, I was curious. I guess that was the period pill. My curiosity killed the cat, so to speak, or not quite. Um, but I mean, it just I guess I just wanted to use again and again and again because I knew it would get good. At first, I got sick just like anybody else, but I knew that from what my friends, not really my friends, but from what they told me, it would get better and better and better. And I knew, and I wanted that. I wanted to feel that. I wanted to numb myself. I was so tired of feeling lonely and just anxious all the time. A year prior to losing my grandma, I lost my significant other of 4 or 5 years. So, it was compounding, and I never really drew the connections at that time. I was truly trying to move on, and I thought I was fine, but I wasn't. Not one bit, not by a long shot. That light's making my eyes tired. Now it might be a good idea for me to drink some water. I mean, it was numbing. It was self-medicating. It was a good distraction. My anorexia fueled it, for sure. And it was absolutely relieving to me at that time. It was absolutely relieving. I could just curl up into a fetal position and not care about anything. I am getting kind of tired. You see, I did my makeup just for you. Yeah. For a long time, or at least probably my whole life, I've dealt with anxiety and depression. Um, More so anxiety, because I think I am. My baseline is generally happy, but I get anxious in anxious situations. That can lead to depression. A lot of the things that just lead to general depression, they affect me too, like they'd affect anybody else. Like just laying in bed all day, that's not good for anyone. That'll make anyone depressed. Eating lots and lots and lots of sugar and no nutrition, that'll make people depressed. Not eating enough nutrients is going to make someone depressed. Not getting enough sunlight. Not connecting or socializing or engaging with family. That's why I recommend getting a dog if life's really getting you down and if you have the time, means, and resources to take care of that precious baby. Don't make any rash decisions. Anyway, we're digressing again, aren't we? And there were a few short-lived attempts at sobriety that never came to any fruition. never, I mean, I it was like I never really even learned anything from it. It would only fuel my hopelessness in myself and my loneliness and my shame and my embarrassment every single time I tried to quit. So it was like, what's the point? We forget that people want to help and that people have compassion and that people are forgiving, and the people who don't, well, they're not worth it. They're not worth, I mean, everything that comes out of their mouth is often a bunch of hooey. So you don't even give it the time of day. You know, if you've been 6 months clean, a year clean, more than that, if you've been 7 years clean and they still get on your case, saying, calling you names, calling you a junkie, whatever, they don't matter. They shouldn't matter worth a cent in your life, because it doesn't sound like they really care for you getting well. Because if someone truly did care about, you know, a heroin addict and them getting well, they wouldn't keep on calling them those names even after they've worked so hard to get clean, and it's not easy. I mean, they say, I mean, this is a rough estimation, I think, but some 90 or 90 something percent of people relapse. They can't recover from heroin. But I'm here to prove them wrong and to prove that we do recover and we can. You know, it's almost, I don't know what it's like for everybody, but for me at least, it was impossible to get clean on my own. I think my baby wants in just one second. Um, you're talking about what helped me get clean, and I guess what what kind of initiated or induced my willingness to strive for recovery. I wanted to live. I wanted to live life, because either you choose life and discard heroin, you choose life over heroin, or you choose heroin over life. You choose heroin over everything. And so, obviously, I chose the former, and it sounds so cheesy because I know it's like kind of like a slogan in the recovery community, but you choose life. And yeah, sorry, I'm just really tired, so there isn't much energy, and I'm not all that great in front of a camera. I haven't been posting that many videos lately. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to figure out the right timing, and I've been really busy with work. Yeah, and I also, again, I had my period for the first time in 5.5 years, which there's no way I wanted to make a video um, past 7 days. So yeah, yeah, my friends and my family, and just my love of making art, my love of animals, Shando. Um, I mean, Chando really helped me. A couple months into my recovery, I wouldn't have known that he would have been in my life, during that time that I thought, while I was using. And while I was using, I thought to myself, I have to make a change. And you know, I was the worst version of myself. And I never got to the point where I wanted to end myself, my life, but um, I felt really, really down on myself all the time. I just take my hit and go curl up, watch true crime, or um, just fall asleep, nod out. It was a depressing life, that's for sure. I wouldn't want to ever go back to that. Potentially lose everything I've built, lose Shando. I knew what would happen if I started using again, you know, and my future looked quite grim, very grim. Probably would have been too awful to comprehend, you know. And I had a vision of what life could be without it. I guess not many people cling to that hope, you know. You know, there is a way out, but some people are convinced that there isn't, and maybe their support systems are weak. They don't know where to go, and the only place they know, the only place where they feel good or have ever felt good in their lives, in certain cases, is the drugs. It doesn't ever seem like you'll get better when you're deep in it. I felt so hopeless. I didn't think I was going to get better. Uh, not one bit. It's a very lost and hopeless situation. Truly wouldn't wish it on anyone. Even the people who've hurt and betrayed me the most. I would not wish that on them either. For them, I just wish understanding and, you know, maybe an apology for telling so many lies and saying so many hurtful things to me and gaslighting me and treating me like I can't see through it. Anyway, digressing a little bit there. Yeah, I've given 110%. Well, I wouldn't say that. If I were given 110%, I would do things that were good for me even though I don't feel like it. Like sometimes on my days off, I'm so tired from working at the cafe that I just become a puddle. I just cuddle with my dog all day, basically. But you know, it's fine for the first day, but about 3 days off, I have plenty of time to, you know, come up with a video or work on my painting or, you know, a number of things. I mean, I do chores most days. Um, but you know, of course, that's all exhausting me, and I need to think about my mental health. And that's the thing is, we need to take care of ourselves. I need to take care of myself. I can't expect anyone else to do it for me or to come to my rescue. I can't wait for good things to happen. We can't do that. We have to take it upon ourselves, take all accountability for our choices, get up and strive for bettering ourselves every day, being better than we were yesterday. As long as you're trying, it doesn't matter if you fail as long as you get up. I know that's so cheesy. It's been said so many times, but it's so true. I tried to get clean on my own so many times. Maybe 4 or 5 times. That's not that many times. Doesn't seem like it. I attempted professional treatment when my parents found out and failed that. But here I am now after my second attempt. I've been clean since February 2023. 2023. Yeah, so it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to delineate. It's a lot to it's a lot of emotions. When you recover from heroin, one of the hard things about recovery, the early stages of recovery, um, post using, is all the emotions that come flooding in, all the emotional baggage that lay dormant is just it's bursting through your cells. You are just a puddle. Yeah. So yeah, it's not easy talking about this, but I hope that my story helps any of you who are struggling with this terrible, terrible disease, this infection. I mean, we need to lift each other up, and I can't really get too hands-on with it. I can't become like a mentor or something like that, but I can at least try to reach out via this platform and hopefully inspire other people who are in the same boat. And I mean, it's helped me a lot. Just browsing through different channels, oh, I found some recovery content that really helps me. I haven't been watching much of it lately, though. I don't think much about it lately. I've been pretty, I've been pretty preoccupied and consumed with the election and with the Diddy allegations. I mean, that's pretty crazy. The light went off again. How annoying. That's the thing. This light I guess it has a timer on it. There must be a way I can just set it. Anyway, like I was saying before, a lot of people like to see us fail. A lot of people will keep calling you names, even, or uh, berating you after you've worked and tried and fought so hard to stay clean. It's interesting how certain people don't like to see us strong and overcoming adversity. Some people, I guess it reflects their unwillingness to improve in their lives. It reflects their weakness, and they can't stand to see people rising above it, especially people whom they perceive to be weaker than them. But that's a lot of humans. A lot of humans have big egos, and they have, and they're competitive, but you know, they want to out big each other, and it's kind of weird, but whatever. Anyway, I totally digressed on a tangent there almost, but yeah, I hope this video helped. I hope that it was that it was at least encouraging. I know that you can do this. If you're watching my video, you're in the right place. And yeah, with that, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like and subscribe button if you will. I'd really appreciate it. And you have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, night, whatever the time happens to be, wherever you live. Take care. Bye bye.